secret side of me I never let you see. I keep it caged but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the hall.
Thanks for tuning in this week. It's time for the Post Cocky Preview Show with your host Jeremy Sullivan here alongside lead analyst Ryan Mays. The Gamecocks are coming off a victory against Tennessee despite being able to score first in their 10th straight game dating back to last season.
Yeah, they were off to a slow start yet again in this ball game. After a 3-and-out by the defense, Ace Sanders muffed Tennessee's first punt of the game, setting up the Vols in good field position. Tennessee connected on their field goal attempt, putting the Volunteers up 3-0. South Carolina was held to no points in the first quarter, but they were able to take the lead in the second. Connor Shaw hit Rory Anderson on a 23-yard touchdown on 4th down, putting the Gamecocks up 7-3. Here in the third quarter, Shaw is picked off by Prentice Wagner, who returns it 54 yards all the way down to the Carolina 2-yard line, and that set up a golden opportunity for Tennessee. Defense comes up big again for Carolina as DJ Swearinger picks off Justin Worley on 2nd and goal, taking away a great scoring chance for Tennessee. Later on in the third, South Carolina puts together a 20-play, 98-yard drive that was capped off with a 5-yard touchdown run by Connor Shaw, putting the Gamecocks up 14-3, which would be the final score. The Gamecocks got 137 yards rushing from Brandon Wilds as the team racked up over 200 yards rushing in the game. It was another strong defensive effort from Carolina as they once again found a way to win on the road, and they now sit at 7-1 and atop the SEC East.
Certainly was an important road win for the Gamecocks, and one key factor that led to their victory was true freshman Brandon Wilds' ability to step up for the injured Marcus Lattimore.
Yeah, he filled in nicely for him and had a great game in his first game for the Gamecocks. He ran the ball 28 times for 137 yards and also caught 3 passes for 31 yards, which shows that Steve Spurrier has confidence in him to carry the workload for the Gamecocks as they hit a crucial showdown with Arkansas this weekend. Arkansas has a weak rushing defense, and if Wilds can build on this solid performance, he'll give Carolina a great chance to win this weekend against the Razorbacks. Look for Wilds to get another heavy workload this weekend after his impressive game against Tennessee.
Certainly looks like Wilds going to be a key factor in this week's game plan as the Gamecocks travel to Arkansas to take on the Razorbacks, who quite frankly struggled in the last 2 weeks.
Arkansas is coming off 2 near misses, winning 29-24 at Ole Miss 2 weeks ago and 31-28 at Vanderbilt last weekend. They're one of the best teams in the country in passing, racking up 321 yards per game through the air. They have a weak rushing defense, ranking 89th in the country in rushing yards allowed. They rank 7th in the current BCS rankings and still have an outside shot at winning the SEC West.
It's definitely going to be one of the toughest games so far this season for the Gamecocks, so what can they do Saturday night to come away with the victory?
Well, first of all, I think they need to make sure they establish a running game. Arkansas ranks toward the bottom in most defensive categories in the SEC, but their main problem has been stopping the run. With Brandon Wilds' productive week last weekend and Connor Shaw's ability to move outside of the pocket, an established running game will keep Arkansas's high-powered offense off of the field. Secondly, I think if the Gamecocks are going to win, they're going to need to score early and often. South Carolina has yet to score first in a game since November of last season against Troy. Arkansas has struggled to get going early on in games, but they come on strong in the second half. If the Gamecocks can score early and build a decent lead in the first half, they have a strong defense that is capable of holding a lead. Thirdly, I think they need to try to slow down Arkansas's passing attack. The Razorbacks rank 9th in the country in passing yards per game. This is the reason that Arkansas is one of the elite teams in the SEC and why they've been able to come from behind in the last 2 weeks. If South Carolina can slow down Tyler Wilson in the Hogs' passing game, the Razorbacks could find themselves in trouble at home.
Now, South Carolina finds himself in a tough SEC matchup this week that features 2 top 10 teams. Who do you like to come out on top this week?
Well, it'll definitely be interesting to see how Arkansas's high-powered offense goes against South Carolina's highly ranked defense. But I like the Gamecocks to pull off the upset in this one, and I think they win a close one, 28-27 in Arkansas.
Well, that'll do it for this week's edition of the Post and Cocky Preview Show. Thanks again for tuning in, and leave your predictions for this week's game on Facebook, Twitter, or leave us a comment down below. Catch us next week as we bring you up to speed for the Florida game and recap the game against Arkansas.